Come on, be honest with yourself. How many formulas, historical dates, or scientific names did you memorize like crazy back in school, only to have completely forgotten them now? You spent thousands of hours studying, but all you really did was cram information from a textbook into your brain, spit it back out on a test, and then, poof, it's gone without a trace. Why? Because in my opinion, the way we're taught in school, memorizing, reading just to pass exams, practicing only when forced, is incredibly ineffective and exhausting. But what if I told you there is a way to learn that is thousands of times more effective, and it's something they don't teach you in school? Now, think about it. You probably have a few key memories from school that have actually stuck with you. Maybe it's a lesson about biology, a moment in history, or a specific formula. Whatever it is, there's a reason you still remember it. Well, I promise that the method we're going to discuss in this video can make everything you learn stick in your memory just like that. I call this the detective method. This is a straightforward study system I developed for myself, and it genuinely helped me remember the things I actually wanted to remember. I want to share it so you can try it too. So what is the detective method? How do you use it? Let's dive right in. The right way to study can be as engaging as learning a new character in League of Legends or mastering a new strategy in Genshin Impact. The point is, you can understand and remember things while actually having fun. Meanwhile, the old way we studied in school, like reading just to pass a test or memorizing facts without understanding the why, made me hate studying and eventually school itself. I kept trying to learn, but in the end, I just forgot everything. I'm sure some of you feel the same way. Let me know in the comments if that sounds familiar. Since I started using the detective method, I've been able to learn faster, and studying has become one of my favorite things to do. So what exactly is this method? Simply put, it completely flips the traditional learning process on its head. Think about how you've been taught so far. In school, they feed you the material first, then they give you the questions. With the detective method, it's the opposite. You start by finding a problem or a question, and then you hunt for the answers. This way you learn not because you're forced to, but because there's a mystery that sparks your curiosity. Just like food tastes better when you're hungry, knowledge sticks better and makes more sense when your curiosity is piqued. To make it easier to understand, let's use an example from a video game. The school way would be like forcing you to memorize all of a new character's stats first. Their health points, skill damage, button combos. It's boring, right? I guarantee it would take you forever to get good, and you might just give up. Now, using the detective method, you just jump right in and play. When you get your first kill, your brain immediately makes a connection. Oh, that skill or that button gets the kill. It's instant, and it works when you fail too. When you die, you think, man, why did I get destroyed? Maybe I used the wrong skill or item. That makes you curious, so you start figuring things out on your own, practicing, and eventually that knowledge just sticks. See the pattern? You're not just memorizing. You find a problem first, which creates a question, and then you seek the answer. That curiosity is what makes all the information about characters, items, and strategies lock into your brain without you having to force it. So, why does this method help information stick around longer? Well, when you're curious, your brain feels a challenge and craves the satisfaction of solving it. When you find the answer, your brain releases dopamine. As we've discussed in previous videos, dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical. It also boosts focus, motivation, and strengthens the connections between neurons. It's like your brain is sending a signal. This is important, pay attention and lock it in. Information you gain through curiosity has context. When you connect new information to something meaningful or fun, it sticks. That impossibly hard formula you finally figured out is now hard to forget. A historical event that you find fascinating, even if it's grim, will stay in your memory. So how do you apply this to schoolwork? Easy. Just follow these 2 steps. 1. Be a detective and create your own mystery. Before you dive into a chapter on history or physics, don't just start reading from the first sentence. Look at the chapter title and come up with your own questions to get your brain curious. For example, if you're studying World War II and a figure like Hitler, ask yourself questions like, why did he become so powerful? Or, what made his ideology so dangerously persuasive? 2. Read to hunt for answers, not just to memorize. Now, your mission has changed. You're not just reading to finish a chapter. You're on an investigation to answer the questions you just created. For example, if you want to learn a new skill like video editing, don't follow the school method of reading a textbook from cover to cover. Just jump in. Drop a video clip into the timeline. Naturally, a question will pop into your head. How do people get that cinematic, colorful look in their videos? You Google it or ask ChatGPT and discover the term color grading. Then you watch a tutorial, try it yourself and learn through trial and error. If you used the school method, you'd probably watch dozens of tutorial videos before even starting your project, and you'd likely end up having to rewatch them anyway when you hit a roadblock. With the detective method, you'll see your mindset completely shift from "I have to study this" to "I want to know this." Learning becomes a treasure hunt, not a chore. Now, I know some of you want to be at the top of your class or ace every test. To do that, you can supercharge the detective method with a second technique: active recall. Simply put, active recall is the process of actively pulling information from your brain, not just passively putting it in. Usually, when we study, we just absorb information. We reread notes, watch explanation videos like this one, or highlight textbooks. That's all passive. Your brain is just a spectator. Active recall is the opposite. It is closing the book and forcing your brain to explain a concept in your own words, or trying to answer questions without looking at your notes. Why does this work? Rereading notes is like using Google Maps for the first time to get somewhere new. Your eyes just follow the blue line. Turn left, go straight, turn right, and you arrive. But do you actually remember the route? Probably not. You were just following directions. Active recall is like trying to drive to that same place a week later, but this time you deliberately keep your phone in your pocket. You're forced to think, "Okay, I think I passed an overpass, then made a left at the gas station." That process of forcing your brain to retrieve the route and its landmarks is active recall. You are essentially drawing a permanent map in your mind. After a few tries without the map, you'll know the route by heart. It's the same with studying. After you've used the detective method to learn something out of curiosity, reinforce that knowledge using active recall. Try to explain what you learned to a friend or write down a summary from memory. This makes your brain an active participant, not a passive observer, and strengthens your memory. So next time you study, combine these two steps. First, use the detective method. Stop reading aimlessly. Find a problem or create a question that makes you curious and then hunt for the answer. Then, once you understand it, use active recall to lock it in. I guarantee your learning will be far more efficient, and you won't forget things so easily. Watching this video alone won't change you, but the action you take after will. The choice to change is yours. To get you started, try using this method to learn about personal finance. I know many of you want to stop blowing your money and secure your future. I've got another video that can be your first case to solve. Click here to watch it now. Hope this helps and stay motivated.